Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense. Today we are looking at a viewer requested stock. This is ticker symbol TASK, TaskUS Inc. It is an IT services company. Never heard of it before, never looked into it. So we're going to see if the current stock price deserves to be around $14. Should it be higher or lower? We're going to run my stock price projection calculation to see if we should be also trending higher or lower. And we're going to kind of back that up and see what institutions and hedge funds are doing. If my calculation is on the high side or the low side, we could see some indications that hedge funds also see that as well based on their buying or selling activity. We're also going to look at assets and their balance sheet. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. All right, so we don't have earnings here, but I do just want to call out some levels to watch. We do have a gap you can see right here. It looks like it tried to fill, but we still have this. You see the stock price went to 1056 as the low. This high went to 1046, meaning between 1056 and 1046, there's a small gap that has not been filled. So that area is going to act like a magnet. And then to the upside, are there any gaps? There are. There's a gap here at 19, we can call it $20. So we have a gap at 20 and we have a gap around, what is it? 1059. Or let's call it 1050. We'll call it 1050. So there's a gap at 1050 and a gap at $20, 20 to the upside, 1050 on the low side. Which way is this stock going to go? Is it going to try and fill the gap on the bottom before it moves back up? Is it already heading back up? Honestly, looking at this daily chart, look at this beautiful cup and handle. We have our cup, our handle, and off to the races, question mark. All right, let's look at the bigger picture here and then kind of go from there. Wow. The stock used to be $85, went all the way down to $8.17. Now it's back to 14. This will be a fun one. All right, looking at everything here, it looks like our strength is actually heading higher. So bulls are trying to take the lead here. Our momentum looks like it's going to continue upward. We see a nice gap between our high line up and our low line here. We don't see this black line coming down, which is great. Our money flow looks honestly flat overall, but we do see this hitch up. Is it going to continue hitching upward? We'll look at the institutional value. We'll run my calculation and see if it's trending higher or lower. The relative momentum indicator, honestly, bottom of the ocean, scraping the sea floor and everything that's there. It looks like 14 was the lowest of the low, and right now it's at 20. We do want to see it head towards 30, which, I mean, looking at this kind of trend, it's slowly getting there. And I just want to kind of illustrate here. Right there. Okay, so we can kind of see it's hitting off the support here. Anyways, all right, looking at our financial metrics in just a second. Our sales are up and to the right, which is good. However, we notice a plateau here. They hit 960, now they're heading back down to 924. Potential concern. EPS is up and to the right. I mean, given this outlier of just 2021 just tanked. But I mean, looking from 2019 to 2023, up and to the right overall. I mean, we were up and to the right, down, up and to the right. And our shares outstanding are being organically accumulated. We can see they started out with 97 million down to 88 million. Our shares float 16 million, extremely low float stock, meaning it could be extremely volatile. I think right now we're at a pretty neutral spot. We're at the middle of the Bollinger Bands. Once we do get to our $18 area, potentially 20 where that gap is, obviously we'll be a little too hot. And then also on the downside, if we do trend lower for whatever reason, getting down to the $8 range would be a potential opportunity. but also an indicator that we are seeing a lot more selling pressure getting to an oversold area. All right, looking at our metrics here. Our price to our quick ratio is over 1, which is fantastic. So this leads me to believe they have plenty of cash. Debt, we can see that's kind of substantial, not too bad, but you see the 0.67 and then the long term is 0.61. They are addressing the debt. Gross margin 34%. That's great. That's high growth. They're profitable. Looking at EPS over the past 5 years, 8%, fantastic. Sales over the past 5 years, 28%, fantastic. I do see the EPS this year is -5%, but next year is going to be 11%. Insider looks like they could be buying. Shares flow again very low. Average volume 200,000, perfect. Decent short here. Overall, no red flags. So we're gonna go ahead and run my calculation. They have 1,260,000,000 in market cap, which we're gonna account for. Plus, they are profitable of 47,900,000 in income, which is fantastic. Total sales is 916,530,000. Good for them. Now we're gonna go and account for the debt and cash. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit quarterly, and I'm gonna confirm it's USD. It is. We can see it right here. Okay. So we are in the quarterly. They have 165 million in cash, which we're gonna add in here. 165,350,000. All right. Total debt, long-term debt, not that bad. Minus 279,490,000. Good. All right, looking at our assets, total assets 874 million, total liabilities about 420 million. Assets dwarf liabilities 2 to 1, which is great. For every liability, they have 2 assets. Nice, comfortable, good. What does this company do? They outsource digital services. It offers customer experience, back office support, and consulting. Social media, e-commerce, gaming, streaming media, food delivery, and ride sharing. Okay, cool. Good for them. Q1 this year, 165. Q1 last year was 167, so a slight decrease. Looks like Q2, we want to hit 153 or higher. Let's see what they're guiding. Okay. Challenging conditions. Interesting. All right, well, everything's loading and we're in the middle of our calculation. Let's just get this page loading as well. All right, back to our calculation. Sorry for that interruption. So we're going to take this and we're going to divide it by 16,380,000. Did I do that right? $128 stock, 16,380,000. I think I did that right. $128 stock price. Did I mess something up? I think it was good. I think the calculation's fine. And then just plus 0. Okay. Divided by 16,380,000. No. 16 million. Yeah, $128 stock price. So if that is the case, we will see institutions. It says institutions own 17%. I'm going to say that's closer to double. Target price is 14. Did I add a extra zero in somewhere? Because I mean, $12.80 sounds more reasonable. Let's see. 279,400,000. It's 165,350,000. Oh no, no, that's right. 165 million. And when I was talking about the revenues, I totally messed up. So Q1 of this year, they did 227 million in revenue. Last year they did 235 million in revenue. So again, they're still down. So for Q2, they want to see 200 and around 227, 230 million. So ignore I got our balance sheet mixed up, but I did include the 165 million 350,000. So assuming I didn't miss a zero somewhere, $128 stock price. I mean, this thing was trading at 90 at one point. So, I mean, again, we're kind of at all-time high institutional value. So again, 17.9% is old data. I want to see over 35% here. 19% institutional ownership. So, I mean, that's a 2% institutional ownership increase. These are all of the substantial holders. Weir added, Bryce Maddock added, Vanguard decreased, Massachusetts decreased big, FMR decreased, Wasatch Advisors. I don't know if they completely sold out. So, yeah, my extremely high calculation. I'm still baffled. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna ponder it, but okay, let's again. I gave our price targets of 10, where there's a gap in 20. This is trading at 14. Other analysts have it at 14.88. Let's see what they're guiding for this year. They repurchased 300,000 shares. Second quarter outlook. Oh, between 230 to 232. Full year, 925 to 950. Slightly above where they were for 2023. And again, 2023, just the high of 2023 was like 21, $22, went down to 8. Um, Now we're at 14. Depending on your risk tolerance for this one, I don't think this is a bad company. They're profitable. And then really quickly, okay, so remember these names: Bryce, Jaspar, etc. Okay, Jaspar added to his position. Bryce Maddock added to, so the again, we saw that insiders were adding to their positions. The co-founder and the co-founder both added to their positions. They own quite a bit of shares, 12.3 million. They own the exact amount. They both own 12 point, well, almost by one share. They both own 12.38 million shares, which is why we see this right here, the insider ownership up. So, um, this could get squeezy. I'm just gonna draw some quick lines here. Good. This line's acting as great support and great resistance. We can see right here, this candle perfectly identified this as support. Touch the support, perfectly right on support, perfectly touch support. Fall, it closed right on support. Next month's candle bumped right up as support. Tested resistance, and now this month's candle for June is right on top of this. So I think long term, not a bad area to slowly add if you are into this company. I just want to look at the website. I have no idea what it looks like. So again, they outsource a lot of work to her. Services. Okay. Industries. Honestly, they're gaming, entertainment and gaming. Um, Okay. So, yeah, very interesting. Anyways, they're basically almost making $1 billion a year. Um, the co-founders are adding to their positions. Um, sorry for the little lag there. High gross margins. They're profitable. They're expecting more sales. And then what were their free cash flow? Okay. Okay. I don't think this is bad. And I just want to go back down here really quick to their cash. They have 165 million in cash, which is good. I mean, the co-founders are adding. This is something like right up my alley. Again, Bryce Maddock and Jasper are buying. And this company, let's go back to their income statement and let's look at the yearlies. 2019, they grew this from a 360 million to now 2024, looking at 2025, almost a billion. Talk about almost tripling in a matter of 6, 7 years. That's pretty good. And really quickly, remember 2019. We're gonna go up to the chart. Okay, so the stock literally got caught up in the market mayhem, the market melt up of 2021. So that doesn't give us a really good picture, but looking at 2021, 2022, that was when the stock was at an all-time high. 2021, 2022, I mean, 2022 they actually had higher revenues than they're going to have in 2024. However, however, the cost of their goods and services are are down. So what that translates to me is their brand is pretty sticky. They have customers who are sticking around, renewing subscriptions, renewing contracts. That's how I translate it. Um, at least that's what I'm gathering from here. Profitability. Look at their profitability turnaround. Again, 33 million, 34 million. We had an off year in 2021, 40 million, 45, 47. They're slowly becoming fantastic. I don't think they're in any index either. I think they should be added to the Russell. Um, I think the risk to reward here is actually decent. If you're going to be investing 5, 10 years, I like this one a lot. This is right up my alley. And I think at these prices, these are fine too. Um, so with that said, I'm just gonna make a note because I dig this one. I like the co-founders are buying. Institutions don't really have this on their radar, kinda. Momentum is getting extended to the upside over long term. We've got a good support and resistance here. Yeah, this one's actually fairly decent. When's their next earnings? They just had earnings May 8th. Mixed results amid challenging conditions. I don't know. I don't know. I'm digging this one, honestly. I think this was a great viewer request. This is one of the good ones we've had in a while. Um, all right. I'm just babbling on now. I do see this one. If they can continue to execute and build out their revenues, put that 165 million to cash at work. I mean, if it's sitting in a 5% account, they're making 8 million a year off that, which they can reuse to buy the stock. Cool. They did buy 300,000 shares, and I just want to see 300,000 at like what? What did they buy it at? $12, we'll say. 3.6 million. So yeah, they could totally use that. So anyway, uh, I dig it. I like it. Am I gonna buy it tomorrow? No. I think the main focus right now is for me crypto. And the reason I say that, I have a video coming out about a week after this one. I think end of June, 28th, 29th, 30th. You'll see why. Method to my madness. But anyway, this is a fantastic company. Thank you for whoever suggested this. If you're a follower, chef's kiss. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, consider subscribing. Have a great day.